Hello and welcome back. I'm bballjo, and this is Work as a Resources of the Republic, a review for Joker. This Republic was submitted by one of you, Joker, and it's a very nice, compact feeling Republic in a very difficult terrain, and it looks really great. Let's check it out. So here we are. First things first, let's check some things. We have only played a few years, which is awesome. That's awesome, but we are playing on not the hardest difficulties. There's nothing wrong with that. Just want to point that out before we get too deep. No maintenance, that's fine. Vehicles are locked, and then no realistic mode and reasonable citizen reactions. But that's totally fine because you still have to work to get all of that to do everything that's supposed to do. And this is always impressive when I look at it. Population statistics. Average productivity 102%. That's pretty sweet. All the other statistics: happiness, good. Food, good. Health, little low, but I can show you a couple of reasons why that is. Loyalty, high enough. Booze addiction, a little too high, but that's fine, and everything else nice and high. And it's getting taken care of. So that's awesome. Also, 24,000, 23,500 after just a few years of playing. That's pretty cool. I mean, I played 60 episodes on Season 8 right now, and we're barely there. So this is awesome. But let's go check it out. This is what the map looks like. We have two rivers. Maybe that's the map name. Joker, please, when you watch this, let me know what the map is so I can put it in the description, because it'd be great if someone wants to play this. Because honestly, look at this. It's super mountainous, and I'm not sure about all the resources. It looks like they are available, semi-scarce in some places. So cool, definitely a custom map. I like it. So what do we have? I would say Kirarush is our starting area. Why do I say that? Well, it's a small city. It's organically grown in a space that's not too big. It looks like you are making a heavy use of the bulldozer to make sure that everything is nice and flat. Appreciate that. That makes life very easy, and there's actually something very cool here that I haven't seen anywhere else that only Joker has done so far, which I'm really excited to see, to show you guys. And I'm also thinking we started here because we have a nice little coal mine set up that, and this is important, makes it really easy to export via truck right at the beginning, and then the rail feeds into it eventually as well. That's kind of cool. We have some of these prison transporters, which I haven't seen the there it is. I haven't seen the prison yet, but that's because it's a small one. I was looking for the big one. But this is cool. This reminds me, if you have simple industries where you can use your prisoners, use them. I mean, I'm terrible at that, but if you can actually use your prisoners, that is good. Although I heard that the prison bonuses don't get applied as heavily to people if they're not in the building, i.e. if they're working. So be aware of that too, but I don't think that makes a huge or causes huge issues. So that's cool. Electronics, we're not giving those. That's fine if you play on medium citizen reactions, so there's nothing wrong with that. Outside of this, the first village does everything it needs to do, and it looks like this may have been a nice quick starter town so we can expand to the next place. What's going on over here? This is just heat and distribution and a little bit of oil. It looks like. Is this oil or fuel? Fuel. Okay, that's nice. Do we have anything underground to worry about? Yes, we have a lot of water running around from here. Sewage, I should say. Awesome. So yeah, everything nice and contained. Is this the water? Yes, this is the water treatment plant. Don't forget, water treatment plants do not produce pollution. Just something on the side. And I'm actually impressed to see this, because it's always hard for me to figure out how I'm using the small heating plants to make anything work. But let's see, where's your heat exchanger? Let's go here. There it is. So it's right in the middle. Makes sense. Yeah, you're just barely above the max, but it looks like they are probably happy here. So that's pretty awesome. Let's go to the next city. Preteen. Maybe. Preteen? It's not preteen. I know that. But let's call it preteen, because why not? First big city, lovely looking everything. We have rail running around. We have turpentine roads. Serpentine roads. I'm gonna stick with that now. bballjo calls it that, so therefore that's what it is. We have some of those roads. We have a little bit of beautification going on in this city. Rain, can you just leave us, please? Because it looks nice for a little while, but I would like to show this map. So yeah, we have a nice large city, actually pretty large and spread out, and I'm a little surprised to see industries as close as they are here, because our pollution is 15%. So yeah, that shouldn't be super surprising, 14% now. But we have a radio station here. We're using a couple dorms that are currently not used. I think that probably means that we don't have a lot of lower education workers. That's 30% of your republic. That makes sense. A couple moved in now. Cool. But yeah, the city itself looks nice. We have a couple trees, a little bit of greenery set up. The rail distribution office close to the city. I like that because this is a humongous office building, technically. So having this close to the city feels right, more right than not having it there in the first place. We have what? Cohesive selection of buildings. That's lovely. How big are you? You are not enough workers. That's fine. We can live with that for right now. But the city itself, it's not cramped. It's just like, well, how do I want this to build? We can fit everything in. We have roads everywhere. We have some selective asphalt roads. I appreciate that. I appreciate that not every road has to be an asphalt road. That's what I'm saying. Because I do the same thing. And I think it makes sense. What do we have? Some hospitals, some other things. Yeah, no, it's just working. It's just lovely. It's a nice little city. You don't have to be pompous or big or anything like that when you build your cities. You just make it work, make it pretty. And I like how compact this is. And so far, it feels just like, okay, there's a little village up here that makes sure that we have coal for our power and heating. And then there's our city. Like, it's just a nice connected little area, and that's awesome. We're not going to skip out on the night view because the new update made it look a little nicer to see at night. And yeah, look at this. It's just, stuff is just everywhere, even on the horizon, that we're going to definitely get to. And it's nice, busy, and bustling. Yes! And back in the day, let's look at the other stuff. We have some iron mines sitting up here in the mountains, very important, and not just on the plains somewhere. I think that's cool. Some steel mills set up here, some processing plants. And then this is kind of a cool little detail. A fire base just in the middle of the Republic so far that probably has a range of almost everything. Yeah, pretty much everything that exists can be reached by that fire station. A couple exceptions, obviously. But that's a pretty nice idea. I mean, if you want to use a helicopter base, this is probably the right way to do it. Even though they still don't need workers, and I hope that the game will update that eventually. But that's a nice little detail right there. Then we have our highway going through here, and we are already in the next city with a little side tower or restaurant right by the lake, like a little lakefront resort. With here we're getting into more, I want to say more purposefully placed buildings, with some angles and some designs that I find are very interesting. And we're going pretty heavy on tram lines. At least we're set up for heavy tram lines if we want to. Another prison here. That's obviously necessary. And yeah, we have a tiny little city sitting here that is just taking care of business for what exactly? Well, electronics and mechanical components, or electrical components, with another distribution office. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice and quick. It takes you all the place. And now we're getting into all this heavier road construction that has happened already. What do we have here? Looks like we're working with some single lane roads. What are those? Ah, look at those, die Schwalben. That's what Joker was talking about. I wanna get something closer on this one. Cool little mod. I know that I haven't played with it. Yeah, got the Schwalbe moped, whatever you want to call it. The nice and old ones. I remember growing up, these were very common. But yeah, nice use of the single lane roads, so they're actually used and utilized, because I'm assuming they all have different exits up here, and that just means they don't use the stupid two lane one way. Instead, they just use the actual one lanes that they're supposed to play with. Pretty cool idea, cool try. I think that all works pretty well, and I like it. And then yeah, we get up into the next industrial complex right here, and as you can see, everything is pretty mountainous. So building here is not that easy. And let's go look at the chemical plant first, because before we look at the next city. Looks like an airport is in the works here. That's not quite done, but a nice little chemical setup that may produce enough chemicals for whatever you need to have happen here, with some forklifts just setting it up. We have some greenery around it because this is in the middle of mountain. It's just nice enough detail that it makes like, yeah, this was thought of, and this is fun to look at. So this is great stuff. At this point, let me tell you, if you want me to review your Republic, doesn't matter how big it is, I need at least 5 to 10 minutes of something to talk about to be able to make a video about it. But I would love to just show whatever you have done to everyone else, because that's what we all like to see, right? We don't want to see what bballjo's doing. We want to see what Joker is doing. We want to see what everyone else is doing. We want to see what you are doing. So send it to me. Easiest is via Discord, but just get in contact with me from any other directions, and we can figure out how we can make a review about this. Also, if you need me to fix something or anything like that, or a review and a fix together, please send it my way. Would love to have some more things that I can go through. Awesome. Let's look at the thing that I find pretty cool, which is singular pole. You can't see it from here, but if we go to the other side after night is over, you can tell exactly what I'm talking about. Just need to enjoy this. The game at night looks so nice. It's especially now that you can actually see something. This is awesome. But let's go around the corner here and see what we can see for this city, because from this side it is much more obvious what I'm talking about. We have a city on steps. Ignore all the icons. It's just me making nonsense decisions here. But we have a cool setup where the city is built on steps. It's more like wine fields, or sometimes agricultural setups in general have steps like this. But I've never seen it in a city, and I definitely have never seen it in a game like this. And look at all the details that go into this, which makes me think the waterfront that we had earlier, that was a city that was built with a lot of thought, and then Joker thought, you know what? I want to try this. Let's make this work, because there's a lot of stuff going on over here. We have the vehicle factory production line. Cool. Really close to residential buildings, but that's fine. Currently looks like nothing is set up, and that is okay too. But then let's look at this. We have some specific tram lines that just run here with some one-way roads running around it, which makes me think there was a problem with traffic at some point. I don't know exactly what it was, but something's going on here, so that's interesting. I haven't seen that before. I'm guessing you're a pup? No, that's a grocery store. Cool. Yeah, stuff is stuck. Again, ignore the stuff. That's just me fast-forwarding a little bit, and the game doesn't like it. Then we have a quick little construction office and technical service office right here, and then sewage loading and unloading. That's interesting. Do we not... Huh. No, this all looks fine. I'm not sure why that is there, but I'm sure there's a reason. But this is something that you don't see everywhere. A heavy road car traffic with actual personal car traffic, not just I need to take a picture of that guy too. Traffic that's actually being used for real, like all parts of the Republic to make things work, and that's cool. That's cool to see. But the things that I actually want to look at were wow, words are hard. Look at all the details in this little city that we have going on here. We have noise dampening walls that run right next to the highway. That's awesome. That's hard to build, and that usually takes a little while to get just right. But that's cool. Then we have a nice little overpass that has to happen. A couple bridges for our trams, and the trams are perfectly picked. I think they look nice. These Y junctions, are they Y? Let's call them Y junctions. Why not? They are nicely drawn up. They're just, well, we have this road now. Make it look like that, and then we draw a little bit of the asphalt paint in there to make it look nicer. Then we have the roads with their lights sitting right here, and it looks pleasant. It looks just pleasant enough where it's nice. And then we get into, okay, now how do we get places? We have some underground paths right here, so no bridges in this area. And then we make some nice little features for your Republic. This is very important because this totally has an impact on 3 buildings. No, this is really just for making things look pretty. We have a nice little tram stop right here. And there's a feature. There's a feature right here just added to the Republic, and it's nice. And another little work block right there. And then we go, oh, okay, why are there bridges here? There are bridges there because this is a step. And that's pretty awesome. And then we just keep going. So this city is just building up and up and up, but it was thought out from the beginning. And it took a lot of work to flatten this out right and to get all the bridges in a place where it makes sense. And the city itself feels very naturally flowing. And that's pretty awesome. That's hard to do. I appreciate it. I think it looks great. These little diamond-shaped complexes look pretty awesome too, because they almost look, well, I'm sure there was some cloning involved here, but they look pretty nice. and all our connections are are there, and they're connecting all the things with the tram lines. So that's cool. There's just a big ring of tram lines running around here. That's pretty awesome. Do we have another? What's that? Is that a fire station? Okay, makes sense. Yeah, we have everything that we need, and the cities just look nice. There's a little bit more right out here. There is more steel, it looks like. Is this an iron mine? No, that's another coal mine. Here's an iron ore mine, so yeah, they just feed into the same thing right there, and that's pretty much the end of it. We have, what do we have here? A little bit more power coming from there, and then some cement and gravel, well, industries, if you will, in a large rail construction office right here, which also allows vehicles to park out in this area, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I wanted to show you this republic because I really, really like this city, the Singriopol. Pretty awesome, pretty cool idea to make it look like this with the steps. That's cool. But also, outside of that, if we fly over the whole city, I'm going to try to find the right path here. I think it's approximately there. If we fly over the whole city, it's just, there's enough to keep it interesting. There's enough going on to look at, and it just overall, it feels very pleasing. And I wanted to show you that I don't need to see a humongous city with 500,000 people. Thanks, Aryan. Any city is fine. Any problem is fine. Any size of the republic is fine. If I only have four saves that give me 3 minutes of videos, and then maybe just put them together in a little collage, and we can watch them all together at that point. So please don't hesitate to send me something. If you're not just at the very starting point, you're probably far enough in where we can all learn something from your setup, and maybe enjoy it together. So thank you very much for watching. Very much appreciated. I will see you again next time, and hopefully we'll have some more reviews and some more fixes very, very soon. I'll see you then. Bye bye.